Good morning, everyone. It's Penelope. It is super cold out there, and I want to say good morning to all the new subscribers. Um, I kind of want to go back into some prepping. I've been talking and chatting with some people who really aren't into the prepper movement or survival movement, and or they're not homesteaders, and yet they're starting to take heed. They're starting to understand why some of us prep. Now, I am into prepping all the way. I want to make sure that in my home and in my little group, everybody's going to be taken care of. Right now is the best time to get specific staples because it's winter and the weather outside is below freezing. And the reason I'm going to say that is because if you buy flour, pasta, rice, oatmeal, corn, any of those, or wheat, any of those dried kind of goods, grains, even your flour, sometimes things hatch out of them from eggs. So right now is the best time to start stocking up on them, putting them in totes, putting them in weatherproof containers, and sitting them outside for 3 to 4 days. Because, when you buy it in the summertime, you want to sit it in the freezer for a few days. And so that way it kills those eggs. Because, it's hard for us to think, oh my God, now there's bugs in my flour. Well, had you froze it for 3 to 4 days, it will eliminate those eggs. So right now is the absolute best time, and let Mother Nature take care of getting rid of those eggs in those grain products. So get you some totes or buckets and then put a tarp over them, sit them outside for 3 or 4 days, and you will have that cleared out so that way you can put them into your preps. Just a quick way to let Mother Nature help you fortify the things that you're going to save and prep for. We have a little friend. Okay, so that was just a helpful hint for the new preppers who want to start buying flour and the grains and all of that stuff. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to challenge everybody to look up a recipe. Right here, NAAN bread, non-bread. I recommend everybody looking that recipe up. It is an Indian flatbread, and it is fantastic, and it only takes a few ingredients, and if you have those ingredients, then you can always have bread. If you're not going to be able to bake, because it is a flatbread, you put it in the skillet, and it cooks that way. I always recommend people getting a cast iron skillet or a cast iron Dutch oven, something that you can put on an open fire. And that's how I will be making my bread. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go down my little list here, and I've got it written down. So some of the things that in my household, bread is a must. Absolute must. Definitely bread. So I have everything needed to make non-bread. I keep pancake mix, water add pancake mix. Now I do recommend getting the Krusty's family size packages of pancake mix because it is such a great package. I think they're like 5 and change. It's not a bad deal. If you're going to do your $5 a week budget for prepping, buy a bag of that 1 week. And, kind of get that here and there. Corn muffin mix. Anytime you can get a corn muffin mix or, any kind of those little mixes that you come across that are on sale or cheap, throw them in your preps. Make sure they are and add water unless you keep dried milk, which I do. So if I do have one that says it needs milk, I can always mix up a little bit of dried milk for that. But I always recommend water only mixes. Okay, here we go. We're going to go back through this again. Long grain rice. Long grain white rice. White rice will last you the longest. Dried beans, whether they're pinto, black, kidney, whatever. I recommend having some of all of them. Now, I plan on buying bigger bags now that I have some smaller ones in a couple of my prepper pantries. I will be buying bigger bulk bags of rice and beans. I have some, but we're going to add to it, and we're going to add to it quick. Okay, pasta. Pasta is an absolute must. It will last so long. And you have variations. You've got marinara sauces. You've got all kinds of sauces to put on that pasta. You can even use some of your canned soups. I do recommend having some cream soups on hand, like cream of mushroom, cream of chicken, cream of celery, cream of broccoli, because you put that on some pasta or rice, that's some good stuff, right? Now, also, those little packets of like the Knorr or a cheaper knockoff, those are great to have too. Oatmeal. Oatmeal is excellent to have stored up because it is a familiar thing. You read these old fairy tales or you read all these old stories about porridge. Well, porridge is a hot cereal. So that could be oatmeal, cream of wheat. I think there's cream of rice. So always think about that. Grits, things like that. Sometimes instant, sometimes go ahead and get the longer cook. Sometimes those are cheaper and they will last longer. But remember, when you start getting this stuff, get your totes, get your buckets, get some tarps or whatever you use and put them outside for 3 to 4 days. That way you kill all the eggs and any of the grains that you get. Something else you want to look at, salt, sugar, and honey, and maple syrup. Real maple syrup and honey will last indefinitely. Sugar will last indefinitely. Salt will last indefinitely. And I do recommend iodized salt as well as some of the other salts that you can come across because we need iodine in our systems. If you want to get iodine tablets, fine. That's a little further up the prepping scale. Just have some iodized salt because you're going to want flavor in your food. And on up the scale of prepping is preserving wild meat. So we're not there yet. We're just getting the basics down. Canned goods, an absolute must. Now, this week at Kroger, chunky style soups are 99 cents on the buy 6 sale. 99 cents for this. Now, you can go to Aldi's, you can go to the dollar store, and you can buy their generic, and it's going to be about $1.50 or $1.35. Well, $1 at the Dollar Tree, right? I don't know that their cans are that big. Now, last week, or the week before last, Progresso soups were 99 cents. And you had to buy so many in order to get, that amount. So what? I bought 8. I added 8 more soups to my stockpile. We eat soup here. It's just my husband and I. So sometimes we come home from work and it's like bowl of soup, grilled cheese sandwich. We're in there. But now something you really want to watch are pull tops. You want to make sure that you don't puncture them or dent them in any way around that seal because, they're great, to pop top. I prefer not having a pop top. But, hey, I'm going to have whatever I have in my stockpile. I just make sure I don't slam stuff on top of it or drop them. And I want to keep an eye on that seal. Okay. Now today at Kroger, I noticed that the red gold tomatoes are 49 cents. Tomatoes are very important to your diet. You can add them to anything. You get lycopene, vitamins. It's like having canned fruit, only with tomatoes. You can make a quick spaghetti and tomatoes and add whatever you want to it. Diced tomatoes is a great thing to have in your stockpile. Just saying. Something else, these are always $1. I don't like them, but I can tell you that if something happens, I would be eating me some raviolis. That's a big thing. So canned goods, very, very important. Now let's go back. Dried milk, keep some on hand. Make sure you package it really, really well and kind of keep it in a place where no moisture can get to it or bugs or mice. You don't want that in there. Other things we need to talk about. Drinks. I recommend everybody keeping Tang on hand. If you do have a Kroger, I'm going to tell you, 2 or 3 times a year, it goes on sale for 99 cents a container. This is almost $4 normally, Tang. If you keep an eye out for Kroger or Kroger affiliate sales, you can find Tang for 99 cents. 99 cents. And I've got a lot of it. You ought to want to think about instant coffee, tea bags. You want to keep tea. Water's going to be awful tiring to drink. Kool-Aid. I've got Kool-Aid. I've got lemonade. I've got all kinds of drinks, but I focus on the Tang because of the vitamin C. And, you know, I'm not going to get any orange juice in an SHTF situation, or if I can't afford it, because that's something we got to look at too. It's not just an SHTF situation. Right now, we are kind of in a, I don't know what. The government has been shut down for 34 days. People are going to food pantries that have never gone before. And eventually, are we going to be able to afford orange juice? I'm scared of that because I really like to have vitamin C, especially when I don't feel good or to prevent from feeling good. This also has calcium in it. Calcium, minerals, vitamins. This. I remember it as a kid when it was in a glass jar. I don't think I liked it much, but I'm going to like it when I need it. Okay, something else I really need to throw in there is, once again, the Kroger sale this week. Roll gold tomatoes, 49 cents. Chunky style soups, 99 cents. Cremette pasta is 49 cents a container. Snatch it up. You can, what, you're getting 2 for $1. 2 for $1. So I am going to stock up this week on my Campbell soup, on my diced tomatoes, and my cremette pasta. I'm going to look at a few other things that are on sale. I need to look more for some other staples that I need. So I'm going to look for closeouts. But what I'm telling you is this is a time of uncertainty. And to those that have learned a little bit from me, I am absolutely just, I feel like I'm touched that, you know, I have enlightened some people on just getting prepared just in case of anything. But just remember, this is the time of year to buy your flour. It's time to buy your pastas, your beans, your rice, oatmeal. Those things that you can sit outside in weatherproof things for 3 to 4 days, and you have it licked. Because if you wait until summer, or you wait till spring or fall, you don't have Mother Nature taking care of those things that need to be taken care of in these products. But remember, salt, sugar, honey, maple syrup, things like that as well. I'm going to get off of here, and I've got to do some cleaning. I really don't want to go to work today. I really, really don't. I've been sick again, and I'm glad I made it this far without coughing this morning. That's pretty cool because it's been taking its toll. I'm back on antibiotics and steroids and mucus stuff, and oh my gosh. So, you all have a great day, and save what you can, put back what you need, and remember, you never know what can happen. Bye, y'all.